So my name is Laurie Kramer, and I started attending about 2 years ago, and about a year ago they asked me to start managing the cafe account. I moved to Florida about 2 years ago, and prior to moving to Florida, I worked in special education with children who had autism, children who have Down syndrome, kids with cerebral palsy. I love coffee. I know a lot of people love coffee. I don't leave without my coffee. So I had this dream of taking these children, or these kids, they're not children anymore, they're teenagers, because I was in high school, and taking these kids and going to try and start as a little fruit stand and then little coffee stand and move to a food truck eventually. Well, after about 2 years, I had gone through a divorce and I was kind of on my own. A year later, I'm here. Kind of pushed that dream to the side, said goodbye to my students, and with all the faith I had, which was not much, I moved to Florida, picked up, moved to Florida. So I came here my very first Sunday, but everybody was very welcoming, and like the first person I came in was like, "Hi, how are you?" Took me over to the cafe, offered me a free cup of coffee, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Emily had called me or texted me and said, hey, we're looking for somebody to run the coffee shop because Sam and Jessica are stepping down. Would you be interested in it? And of course, I'm like ecstatic at this point because that had always been a dream of mine, to run a coffee shop, not just a coffee shop, but with kids with special needs, deaf children. And I was like, wow, this is God opening a door. I've been doing it almost a year now, and a couple of weeks ago, I had a family come to me who are involved in special nations. Their son has autism, and came over and said, hey, we'd like to get him involved. What are your thoughts about having him maybe help in the cafe? And of course, again, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, like this is my dream. He's gonna be helping, the whole family is actually helping in the cafe, which is great because I'm getting that portion of my life back where I came down here and I'm not teaching anymore. I'm not working with kids with special needs, and that's been the hardest part for me. For 2 years not having children to work with. I would love to see the whole coffee shop just run by these kids. It's for everybody to see that these children are normal. There's nothing wrong with them. They have the label of autism, but there's nothing, that's their label. That doesn't define who they are. They are social, they know what to do, they're just like you and me. Since I've been here, little miracles have been happening, and it's just trusting in God for everything. And so that's my miracle story.